Going Deep is my new series. I have a series on my YouTube channel. You may know it. I hope you do. Texas Rangers Immaculate Grid, where we play Immaculate Grid. I add Texas Rangers to each grid. We play it. I tell a silly story or 3 or 9 sometimes. It's a lot of fun, but sometimes there's a deeper story to be told. And that's where Going Deep comes in. This will be a series. Episode 1 is out now. It's Ed Farmer. Ed Farmer pitched for the Rangers for a very small amount of time, but one of his starts here as a Texas Ranger, well, it was kind of a big deal. And I tell the story of that and some more things about Ed Farmer. I think it's pretty cool. So sometimes when we play Immaculate Grid and I do the video, there's just more I want to share, but I don't want the Immaculate Grid videos to be 40 minutes long. Who would watch a thing, right? So on those occasions, now and then, a couple times a month, probably, I will create a video called Going Deep, an extension of the Immaculate Grid series that I have on my YouTube channel. Where am I going to put these videos? Well, I'm going to put them on my Patreon. I'm going to put them on my YouTube channel for members. And on occasion, probably one a month or so, I'll put one on the YouTube channel for everyone to see so you know what the heck I'm putting out there for members. Does that make sense? So Twitter, which is now X, I guess, the monetized side, Patreon, the monetized side, YouTube, the behind the paywall, the membership section for anybody who really wants to support my channel. Obviously, it's a blessing to me and my family, to anybody who supports the channel. I'm not begging. I'm not even asking. I'm just creating for people who want to. I guess I am asking for people who want to support the channel. I thank you. It's amazing to consider anyone would consider that. Here is the first episode. Ed Farmer, Going Deep, Texas Rangers Immaculate Grid. Let me know what you think. Let's go deep with Ed Farmer, Texas Rangers Immaculate Grid. My name is Jeff Basis, the Texas Rangers Clubhouse Extra, members only, and that kind of thing. We play Texas Rangers 5 Immaculate Grid. Today's Immaculate Grid found Ed Farmer as an answer. Ed Farmer was the answer because he got 30 saves for the White Sox and he pitched for the Rangers. Not a lot of guys who got 30 saves for the White Sox and pitched for the Rangers. I'm pretty sure there was only one, and his name is Ed Farmer, and I want to tell you a little about him right now. So let's go deep with Ed Farmer. Okay, the pitcher Ed Farmer, he pitched from 1971 to 1983 with a couple years off in there. He was a White Sox for most of his career. He got on our grid again because he saved 30 games for the White Sox and he pitched for the Rangers. He pitched for, and makes him a good Immaculate Grid guy, for the Indians, now the Guardians, the Tigers, the Phillies, the Orioles, the Brewers, the White Sox, the A's, and our Texas Rangers. He was actually an All-Star in 1980. The All-Star game there being in LA. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. He pitched from 71 to 74. Then he got hurt and he came back after he tooled around in the minors for a while from 77 to 83. He made 11 appearances for our Texas Rangers after being traded with Gary Hawley, a first baseman. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, for Reggie Cleveland. That's how he became a Ranger. And that's where we come to our story. On May 8th, 1979, Farmer started for us here in Texas in Arlington. The first hitter for the Royals, the first hitter of the game, was Frank White, a very good ball player for the Royals for a long time. He got hit in the wrist, broke Frank White's wrist, and White was out for an entire month. Okay, so that was the first batter of the game, Ed Farmer being the starting pitcher. In the 5th inning, Ed Farmer's last inning that day, he hits Al Cowens in the face. Fractures his jaw, breaks several teeth, missing 21 games. Farmer later said that Cowens was attempting to steal signs. He thought he saw that it was going to be a breaking ball away when Farmer actually threw a fastball in. Well, so far in that it hit him in the jaw and knocked out a few teeth. And again, he missed 21 games with a fractured jaw and some broken teeth. So all that happens in 1979. Now we move forward to 1980. Farmer, no longer a Ranger, he goes to the White Sox. Cowens, also no longer a Royal, he goes to the Tigers. Okay? We're in 1980. Farmer's pitching. Cowens is hitting. Cowens hits a ground ball to the shortstop. Farmer turns around to watch the play, and Cowens doesn't run to first. He runs out to Farmer, tackles him from behind without even being seen, gets in a couple punches, connects with a couple punches, all heck breaks loose. The world goes insane.
They had to go 15 rounds. These guys have been going for about 15 minutes.
It's a beautiful day for baseball. Hello again, everybody. This is Harry Carey at Comiskey Park. Our guest on the pregame show, the manager of the Detroit Tigers, Sparky Anderson. Sparky, we not only had a great fight in Montreal last night, but a pretty good one here at Comiskey Park.
Yeah, we did, Harry. I liked your comments when you said it's Pearl Harbor.
Well, I tell you, I've been in fights. You've been in fights. Many of them, I guess. All of us have been. It's just so unusual to see a man attack a man from the rear with apparently no provocation of the moment.
Well, they asked me, Harry, what Detroit and Chicago, is this going to be bad, words in that? I said no, because this wasn't Detroit and Chicago. This was Texas and Kansas City last night. It had nothing to do with the Chicago White Sox. It had nothing to do with the Detroit Tigers.
Sparky, you talk much about the character and the discipline and the kind of upstanding young men that you want on your ball club. How do you reconcile with something like happened last night?
I think you have to look farther and deeper into it. I think the young man feels very strongly that he was purposely hit when Farmer was at Texas. I do not know. I know Ed well. Ed comes at home. I played in the golf tournaments with him, so I do not judge Ed Farmer. I certainly do not judge Al Collins, but Al feels very strongly that he was hit intentionally. So if you feel this, it'll weigh on your mind, and I think us as individuals, it's none of our business what people have in their mind, but they have to get it off, and I think now it's over as far as Al's concerned, and I'm sure it's over as far as Ed's concerned.
You know, though, if there's a year for this to fester, and if you feel this strongly about a guy you think hitting you intentionally, aren't you going to do something about it? Aren't you going to challenge him rather than sneak up there when he's looking out towards shortstop?
Well, I think you have to look at it both ways. If you're up hitting, you're not suspecting that either, to get hit in the jaw. And I think that if you feel in your mind that it was intentional, then under those circumstances, I think then you'd have to think that was a sneak thing.
Do you think that there's anybody who plays Major League Baseball that honestly believes a pitcher is trying to hit him in the jaw?
I honestly believe there are people that have honestly hit people. Whether in that incident it was, I have no way of knowing. But I do know and have played with people that have intentionally cold-cocked people. Yeah.
Well, I find it hard to believe. I know the pitchers have thrown at guys. I know they've tried to get them away from the plate. I know they have hit them. But never with the idea of breaking their jaw or killing them.
Well, I don't think we ever think of that. But when we even talk about throwing at a man, you know, when you talk about throwing at a man, we can be varying from an inch to a half inch, and we're getting that close. If that ball takes off a little more than you expected, what do you think if it hits? It's going to break something.
We're talking with Sparky Anderson, the manager of the Tigers. We'll be back for more following this.
So after all that, Cowens ends up getting suspended for 7 games. Farmer actually files a criminal complaint. They issue a warrant for Cowens' arrest. Later, Farmer says, all right, I will rescind it. I'll pull it back in exchange for a handshake. It happens on December 1st. It's September 1st in Detroit. They go out. Farmer and Cowens go out to exchange lineup cards. They do a handshake, and apparently all is well. 1980 All-Star Game. Farmer was in it. He pitched to 3 batters, including to Pete Rose. Gets him to end the inning, grounding into a double play.
Field up at first and third. Double play at short and second. As Rose hits a bouncer down to Randolph. Willie over to Yount, 1 and back to first. Double play. So Rose hits into a double play to end it. But here in the 6th inning, the National League comes up with a couple of runs. 4 hits.
This ball hit off the
error.
end of the bat, and Willie Randolph made a fine play. That ball wasn't hit that hard. He has to charge in front of the runner. Just backhanded flip to Yount, but Robbins got an excellent arm. Look at that, flat-footed, and they just get Rose to double him at first.
He saved 30 games that year for the White Sox, which is why he made our Immaculate Grid. After his career, 1991 to 2019, he was a radio play-by-play guy. So in Chicago, he's beloved. He's since passed away. Fans there called him Farmio. Very involved in some neat stuff. During his life, he suffered from, I'm gonna read it because I want to get it right, polycystic kidney disease. I hope I pronounced that right. Forced him to get a kidney transplant. Advocated for people with kidney diseases. He actually spoke to the U.S. House of Representatives in 1995 and contributed to a development of the Illinois organ donation program. We lost him in April of 2020. I knew him from his baseball cards. I collected cards from I started collecting cards in 77. He's not in the 77 set. He had cards from 73 to like 82 or something, 83. Long career, interesting story that started right here in Texas, Arlington Stadium, when he hit Al Cowens in the face in retaliation for trying to steal signs, potentially. I don't know. I found it an interesting story. Let me know what you think. Going deep, Texas Rangers, the Immaculate Grid wasn't deep enough for you. That's a pretty neat story. Ed Farmer, Texas Rangers. Well, he's not known for being a Texas Ranger, but it all started here in Arlington. Let me know what you thought of this story. Ed Farmer, going deep, Texas Rangers clubhouse. Thanks for watching. Have the best day ever. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.